to another Harnetty Railway documentary, the second episode of the new series. Today we're going to Crewe for Pacific Heaven. Not only today, we are going to be going to Crewe Heritage Centre, because now, not only we got the Duchess on site, we've also got Union in South Africa on site. So we're going down early today to have a look around the Pacifics. But there's a third one coming on this way from Southall, heading up to Heritage Centre, which is the National Railway Museum's Oliver Cromwell. That's as you can hear, you might have heard it already, Northern Rail disruptions from Wigan North Western. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to get disrupted. Excuse me. But Oliver Cromwell is coming up to Crewe Heritage Centre, and is ready for the 15 Guinea special, ready for Sunday, August the 11th. Exactly 45 years since the end of steam on the main line. There will be a special documentary for that, I can tell you now. So today we're going off to Crewe, as I said, to see 3 Pacifics. See you then. Here we are, view of Prescott train station. My home station. Is it? Oh look, my train is badly delayed due to a major disruption. Now, should have been due now, but now it's 9 minutes late. Anyway, here we are, Prescott station. Lovely historical station this. Remember in the steam days, used to have Stania Black 5s, and even the Jubilee through here. Marvellous little station here. And down here, I'll zoom in, there used to stood the signal box, but since the last winter, the signal box has sadly been demolished.
Sorry that the 0904 service
due to the modernisation plans.
Street is delayed by approximately 52 minutes.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on the approach to Crewe. At the moment, we'll be passing Crewe Heritage Centre. There goes a 390. The 350 to 0. There we are, Crewe Heritage Centre. There's Stupid Gloucester. There's the Union. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, here at Crewe Heritage Centre, and look what's behind me. A4 Pacific, number 6009, Union of South Africa. As you can see, it's currently on the rest period after doing the Scarborough Flyer steam charter last week. First one this did since September of last year. As you can recognise the headboard up there, on top of the number. So, within the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a guided tour around the locomotive. Have a look at what has changed from the originally when it was built at Doncaster. Well, here we are, A4, number 6009, Union of South Africa. This was one of the 35 members of the class being built, although one was blown up in the war. The original Sir Ralph Wedgwood. Anyway, it's not about them, it's about this, Union of South Africa. This was built in June of 1937 at Doncaster Works, designed by Sir Nigel Gresley. When it appeared from Doncaster Works, it appeared as LNER number 4488 in garter blue livery. The engine was mostly based in Scotland. It was mostly as a Scottish engine. But sometimes it had been based down the top shed at King's Cross. This engine was fully streamlined with the side valances that were originally here on the driving wheels, but they were removed during the war to ease maintenance and bearing coolings. But after nationalisation in 1948, the A4 went under modifications, not only with the side valances removed, but the improvements of a double chimney and blast pipe. There was a story that this loco reached 120 miles an hour on the late-running Elizabethan. Following a 20-minute water stop due to a problem with the water trough, going further up the East Coast Main Line, the train arrived at Edinburgh 1 minute early. So technically, if I'm correct, this is the third fastest steam locomotive ever built. There's only two engines that beat this. Not only the Flying Hamburger, based in Germany, but also this loco's sister, 446A Mallard, the current record holder for steam traction, which still holds to this day. There'll never be a steam train faster than these, the A4 Pacifics. As you can see with our headboard, it had been on the rail tour just recently, the Scarborough Flyer, it was just last week. There'll be more on that later. Following withdrawal from British Railways in 1966, in June, after exact working of 29 years, the loco was bought by John Cameron, who was then chairman of ScotRail. It was, I don't know how much it was, I think it was in the region of about £4,000 it was, but I'm not so sure. Since then, John Cameron, in the earlier days, before the steam ban, based it on the private railway line in Fife in Scotland, until the line's closure. But after the steam ban was lifted in the 1970s, Union in South Africa, after its overhaul, was joined in the mainline. It was joined by the mainline steam fleet, and became a popular performer ever since. Following its next overhaul on the Severn Valley Railway, which only took a year from Bridgnorth, it was all in readiness in time for the anniversary of the Fourth Bridge in 1990, the 4th centenary anniversary. Although the loco in that time carried the name Osprey, during the situation in South Africa within that time. But it was a rarity. The engine carried the name Osprey. Also in the 1990s, the loco carried the identity of a long-lost sister, 60027 Merlin, when doing the North Wales Coast Express trips from here at Crewe. The engine carried on until its previous withdrawal, where it was overhauled once again at the Severn Valley Railway. Since then, that crest there, as you can see under the cabside number, that was fitted since then. The loco had been a popular performer on the main line. That's why this loco here was the first A4 I've ever seen on the main line, in Liverpool Lime Street, where they did the Liverbird in 2002 from Birmingham. Following the previous withdrawal in 2009, it was sent here for overhaul. Thanks to the efforts of Pete Waterman's engineers, it's fully back up and running again. And officially, this is the first time an A4 has been overhauled at Crewe since the mid-1960s, since Sir Nigel Gresley was overhauled here after it was bought for preservation itself. Since its current overhaul, Union of South Africa had toured up and down the country, even from the heights of Edinburgh right down to Par in Cornwall. and it's been a popular loco. It draws massive crowds wherever it goes. There we are, here's the guided tour of Union of South Africa. And there is one more thing, the loco also holds another record, as this is the loco who currently holds the record of Shap Summit back on February the 16th earlier this year, thanks to the efforts of the former West Coast Railway driver Albert Seymour. Thanks to you, Albert, this loco is another record breaker. And that concludes the tour of Union of South Africa. Right, we are still here in Crewe at the Heritage Centre. Just waiting for the arrival of Oliver Cromwell. Last reported, Oliver Cromwell was 4 minutes early past Nuneaton, and should be 2 minutes away now from Rollsworth. The Poole brothers, if you're listening to this, should arrive go through Rugeley Trent Valley 3 minutes early. As you probably know about that right now. It is due on the Heritage Centre site at 3:10, right here. So we're going to have 4 Pacifics. Yeah, you heard me, 4 Pacifics. Not only Union of South Africa down there, Duke of Gloucester, Duchess of Sutherland, which is over there. We know Britannia's on there, but it's undergoing firebox repairs, but we don't know when it's going to be back out yet. So we're still here, we're on the viewing balcony here at the Heritage Centre. We're just waiting for the arrival now of Oliver Cromwell. See when the Brit arrives.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're now just waiting for Oliver Cromwell to come round the corner, which appears to be given the all clear. In fact, I can hear him coming. There it is. Here he comes. Now I'll be given the all clear to come in. are, ladies and gentlemen, the National Railway Museum's Oliver Cromwell, finally on site here. Just to give you a quick information about this loco. This was built right here at Crewe in 1954, designed by Sir Robert Riddles. It was one of 55 members of the class being built. And this engine normally works on London-Liverpool Street. Let's see. Following withdrawal, before its withdrawal, it was one of the last locos to have a very, very heavy overhaul here at Crewe. And of course, on that famous day, on the 11th of August 1968, the engine was picked to be part of the final steam-hauled passenger service, famously named as the 15 Guinea Special, which this Sunday, this week of course, on the 11th of August 2013, will be recreating it once again, like it did in 2008, when it first came back into traffic. Following withdrawal, it was saved for the nation, and owned, as at this time still owned by the National Railway Museum. It's been on static display at Bressingham Steam Museum. Following a successful steam railway magazine appeal, the engine was put on display at Railfest at the NRM as part of the fundraising appeal, and then it was sent to the Great Central Railway for restoration, where in 2008 the engine returned to service after running in on the Great Central Railway. And then came the famous open day at Carnforth in July 2008 to mark 40 years since the end of steam on the main line. And it had a successful test run a few weeks later. Since 2008, Oliver Cromwell had become a good loco performer on the national network. As seen here, he's now back at home, to his hometown of Crewe. The engine is here for a few days, then it's going back on Monday the 12th of August, 2, so write that down in your diaries. It's been about 2:05 from here, heading back down south to Southall after his famous involvement with the 15 Guinea Special. And that concludes the brief information about 70013.
Did you hear it?
Leaving Crewe.
Warrington Bank, Wigan Northwestern, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenford, Penrith, Carlisle, Haymarket.
We'll see you again till Monday.
As in her.
To Warrington.
Your train's from platform 1 in 7 minutes. Or it might be a minute or two late. Yeah, thank you now.
There's the DB Shanky.
Be handy to take my
Leo.
Class 66. Down there. 66070. We're now on the approach to Wigan. My train change.
This is
Wigan North Western. We're now back in Prescott. As you can see, we're just going over the bridge. It's going down the stairs to the other end. It's a disgusting pace of bus. Horrible looking. It's time to end the documentary here. We're now back in Prescott, as you can see. Anyway, it's now time to end the documentary. You can follow me if you want on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and follow me on YouTube. And of course this video is copyrighted by me, Richard Harnetty 2013. If anyone's trying to nick it, I'll be on to you. As I said, this video is copyrighted by me, Richard Harnetty 2013. Anyone tries to nick it, I'll be on to you. And on that bombshell, it is time to end. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.